Hi there, it's Lori, and my story is, hooray, all of today will be positive. Because we're just not going to talk about that laundry basket of yarn from yesterday. Yeah. Okay, so today is Tackle It Tuesday. So I've got a couple things to tackle, but here's the story. So during my live, I know you're all going to be really surprised to hear this. I knocked a bunch of stuff off my desk. Shocking, right? You're all just amazed. That never happens. But by knocking that off, I ended up finding 4 things that I was missing. One was a package for Amazon for my husband. Another was Mimo Potato Head's glasses. Another, maybe it was only 3 things, was, remember, I said number 14 was missing. It is no longer missing, so we will open that before I get into my Tackle It. So, there you go. Yeah. So, is that all I found? I know I found something else. I can't remember what it was. Oh, I think it was my gauges. It's not as nice as the gauge that Arity just sent me, but anyway. So, let's start with this. Ellie's, let's pull this off. Ellie's Yarny Crafts and More. So this is her summer surprise pack, I think she called it. And there are 15. Today we're actually on 13, but I was missing 14. So, but I found it. Yay. I know there was something else I found that I was missing too, but probably yarn band. All right. So all of them are wrapped and have the day on them. Not that you have to open them separate days, but it's fun. Look at this beautiful starfish. I love it. And I would call that, I'm going to say that's a purple, but it's one of those purples that's like right between purple and blue. And it very much, I don't know, it's pretty true to color on the screen there to me. So that will get added to my beautiful stitch markers. And then they will go in my special, oh, that was the other thing I found. I found one of my special boxes of stitch markers from Hadisha, Ladybird Loves. Please remember to watch the Wednesday Podversary. So last Wednesday, August 5th, What's Up Wednesday Podversary. Not that you would win this, because she only has a few of these left in her Etsy shop. This is my favorite one. But I have a lot of special stitch markers from her, and I was missing this container and one other container that had that in there. So I did find those. Those go. So what I do is I put those on projects as the stitch keeper to motivate me to finish that. So that's currently not on there, but one of my hanky markers is, which is the little, it's like a little hank of yarn. Actually, I think all of my hanky markers are on something. Apparently my motivation tactic did not work for my own self. Anyway, but just wanted to show you quality of work. Ellie's, also, I believe you can choose which style. And I choose the round style. And I'm really glad I do that. I've always preferred that. But this style works great whether you're knitting or crocheting. So anyway, that will get added to the pile. And then we have 2 left. She sends other presents too. Again, it was very beachy, ocean, summer themed. Which like could have been used. She could make a stitch marker for Ellie or Hadisha if she wanted to. There are international prizes for the Magical Make-Along, which is any art form. The theme is Lazy Days, Holidays, Craze. I'm a co-sponsor, so there is going to be 2 international prizes from me. So anybody in the whole world can send a picture to Lexi Helix Stitchcraft and get their entry, as long as you explain the theme. Holiday can mean vacation, somewhere you would go on a holiday, or a holiday like, now I've lost my Christmas stuff. Nope, there it is. Or like these little ornaments that I made. This is just an example. I also have this in a holiday. This is a diamond painting. And I want to make the recipe. Oh, I've got to send that figgy pudding recipe to Arity and Chuck. Anyway, I probably need to put, this note is done, so I probably need to put that sticky toffee pudding. I might have said figgy. It does not have figs. It has prunes, actually. No, try that again. It's not prunes. It's dates. Those are not the same thing. Figs, prunes, and dates are all different things. Okay, sticky toffee pudding. The key to remembering anything is to write it down. Then you at least have a chance of remembering it, right? All right, and I'll remember Arity and Chuck. Anybody else that's interested in that, put in the comments, email me. Put in the comments that you want the recipe, and then email me if I don't have your email, and I will send you the sticky toffee pudding recipe. It is amazing. So that's a holiday special treat that we do. We actually don't just wait. I had my husband make me that for Valentine's Day. That was my Valentine's Day treat. So that's not just for Christmas. No. Sticky toffee pudding year round, every holiday, even if it's just International Hug a Tree Day. I don't know. I'm just picking one. Anyway, so enough about Magical Mal. Make along, please submit. And again, there are 2 international prizes. I might have figured out a way, because it does turn out the journal went to Brazil, but there was an error in the address, and that is why it didn't get there. So there might be a way for me to actually get a journal to Brazil, which would be lovely. But there are international prizes in the Podiversary Live. There are replay, and there are international prizes in the Podiversary Wednesday video. There are more international prizes in the video than there are in the live. But the live is a blast. Everybody's telling me so. So I'm going to believe you. You tell me, I'm going to believe you. You give me no reason to not believe you. So what is my tacklet? Okay. Part of my tacklet is I'm currently working on, you have until the August 15th. You'll be seeing this potentially on August 11th. You have until midnight, so technically you have until August 16th. I'm starting to make the wheels with the comments, because my wheel of anything, I'm not just using the YouTube random comment picker, because especially with the live replay, I didn't spell it. And like, for example, there are words that Americans spell one way and Europeans spell a different way, or English people spell a different way, or Australian people spell a different way. So I don't want spelling to be a factor. And so since I'm sorting by words, I'm going through and I'm pulling that over into that. And one person I told to comment the wrong thing in the wrong video, so I'm watching for stuff like that too. Terry, Crafty Terry, if you watch this, please make sure you move your comment from the short to the video. But you got a gifted membership, so that's why I'm telling you. So, giving you the heads up. All right. Oh, tackle it. That's what you need to see. The hat is finished, and I'm going to show it to you. There's the top. So that shows that it shows my decreases. There are probably ways to do invisible decreases. I don't mind. I like the pattern on there. This yarn is from Ladybird Loves. Again, that was the T-set stitch marker I showed you. Filatura Di Crosa Zara, color 1941. This has been washed and dried. I did get most of the fuzz off, like super old school. I licked my fingers and did this. You guys like me because I'm real, right? Just telling you the real. I just didn't want to take any chance at like snagging any of it. I did find a place where, I don't know if a knot came undone or what happened. So I went in there and I took care of that and knotted that. I don't know if it was a factory knot. I don't know if it was my knot. I don't know what happened. So it's fixed now, and it was lickly on the inside. But I'm glad I was looking at it carefully. I will show it to you on me. It fits my husband great. Like it would easily fit somebody with a much larger head than me. Like for me, this is like tons of ribbing. Even for my husband, it was a little bit too much ribbing. So I know how to adjust for hats for him in the future. But it's even there you go. It's even softer. It's even softer than it was before I washed it, and it's already fantastic yarn. Again, the content is 50 grams. It took about 1.5 of these So I'm going to say it took about 75 grams. I probably should have weighed it, or weighed the remaining yarn. 50 grams of yarn, or 1.75 ounces, 125 meters, or 136.5 yards, which I think is so funny. Again, we use decimals where Europeans use commas, so just be aware of that. So it says 136,5. That for us 136.5. Just little lessons I learned teaching whenever we had exchange students. So I taught a lot of European students, and they would show me, and I was like, oh, okay. So then I would learn things that way. Obviously, I didn't know my husband that early on. We were married the last 4 years that I was a teacher. So, yes. Yeah, he's my second husband, if that was not obvious or clear. But he's lovely and wonderful. Not plural, just to be clear. There's an ex-husband in my husband. Good times. So this is 100% Lana Extra Fine Merino Superwash. It does say late flat to dry, which is the square with the line, right? But I did put it in the dryer because of the moth situation, so I just didn't want to take any chances. I also put the diatomaceous earth DE food grade powder on it, and on the yarn. Since it was out and exposed, I didn't want to make sure there were no eggs in it. So it got the powder, and then I allowed it sit in the powder for a little while, and then it got washed in the nightmare that was my heat treating my yarn yesterday. So that tackle it. And then my other tackle it is that was funny timing. My other tackle it is the packages. I have a package that needs to go to Scotland, which was in my video yesterday, which I already took downstairs, right? Yeah, I already took downstairs. And then there's one package of somebody that's that won something during the live, so they've chosen to not enter any replay words. So I'm getting that sent off so that I'm not sending them all at the same time. I'm hoping that makes it so that I get things done quicker. And I also tackled finally sending Michelle Plays Hooky her goal prize. So the goal during the Podiversary Live, and I sent that Amazon gift card that was partially paid for by me, partially paid for by Armchair Chef Lori. Okay. So yeah. So I found things, which is great. And I'm happy about that. I'm really happy I found this, because not only did it remind me to work on showing you guys that, to make sure I showed you, but also that I found it. I knew I wanted to make sure that everybody understood it was not Ellie that did not put that in there. I knew I saw it, and I found it, and I'm very glad I found her glasses. So all around, we can be positive, and even when you have a laundry basket full of tangled yarn, good things can happen, and so that's okay. And you have until the 15th, technically the 16th, like I said, to get those the live replay words, or the and the video. Oh my gosh, I just made it worse. I don't know why I have so much trouble getting this on the way I want it. It is what it is. Get those Podiversary words in by August 15th/16th. But I'm planning on doing the drawing on the 16th. So with that, hugs. Oh, thanks for coming in. Can I get an amen? Hugs from Mima Potato Head, and she has her glasses. Oh, I should have my glasses. Are they over here? They were over here. I know they were over here. There. Okay. We'll do this right since she has her glasses. Okay. Hugs from Mima Potato Head. Hugs from me. Whatever kind of hug you need, even if it's a hug from a distance. And remember, you matter and kindness matters. I really appreciate the time you spend with me, and I hope to see you again. Like, subscribe, join if you're interested, and with that, big giant hugs and goodbye.